Hey everybody, I want to take some time here to welcome you to this call or this video here. If you are watching this, it's because there's a good chance that you're really into a better lifestyle. You're looking for a better way to live your life. It's a good chance that you met me on the hill or on the mountain biking or snowboarding, and I got a very special guest on here. It's a good friend of mine named Robert Hollis. I'll introduce him in one sec. And I really want you to know that there's a better way out there. If you're the kind of person that's here snowboarding or looking for a better lifestyle, and you don't fit the norm of go to school, do the normal job and live the normal life. I've done it, and I want to introduce you to my friend Robert. Robert, are you there?
I'm here.
Awesome. You know what's super amazing about? I love your story. So can you just give them a little background of your story of, just about where you're pursuing your passion, and the best part is that, and what I want to share with most of the people that would be watching this video per se, is that if you knew what you knew now, how would that have been different, 10 years ago when you were really pursuing another passion of yours? And I'm running into people like that, like you were before, or me. I don't know if you know this, but a number of years ago when I was in my early 20s, I went to Banff skiing and working hard, grinding out the job just so I can have a couple of powder days a year, and that was, but those were worth it. And I just remember going, I wish there was a better way. I wish there was a better way to do this. And I couldn't find it then. We didn't have the internet back then. We didn't have a lot of things that we do now. And so my dad told me I got to go get a job. The parents and go. They wanted the best for me. So I went and found a job and a career, worked my way up a company to find out that that really wasn't what I wanted. I wanted this. So I came across residual income in a different way than you did. I came through real estate investing, and the challenge with that is there's lots of risk. You can lose a lot of money, and you got to really know what you're doing. You got to invest a lot of time and money and effort into it, and it's worked out really great. We're living here. I've been traveling for the last 2 years, snowboarding on Whistler Mountain. That's the backdrop you see right here. My kids are right now, just saw them a minute ago, right down there, snowboarding down with my wife. And I want this for you. If you're watching this, I want you can have a better life than this, better life than I had, because I had to go figure it out along the way, and I did it through real estate investing. But Robert, tell your story, and I think you could speak directly to him because you can relate, like you said.
Yeah, well, first off, let me tell everybody out there how jealous I am that you're in the lodge right now. I love snowboarding, and it comes from my background. I dropped out of high school my freshman year to try to become a professional skater. I just had a passion. I loved it. I got a couple sponsors, and I just thought that was the best decision for me. And, of course, like a lot of people, skating didn't pay the bills. And, I started running with the wrong crowd and ended up in jail, and not proud of it, but it's just a chapter of my life that I went through. And the only reason why I wanted to tell you guys that part of my story is that, I've been there. I had a huge passion. I still love skating. I'm getting old for it now. I'm 35. Being a skater isn't what it used to be. I love snowboarding because the snow doesn't hurt as much as the concrete does. But I just finally, after I went to jail, that I made the decision that in order for things to change, I had to change. And I just started opening my mind. See, I want everybody to understand is that your mind is like a parachute. It only works unless it's open. And when I started to open my mind and listening to mentorship from other people that had what I wanted, and just like Dwayne, that had the residual and the lifestyle that I wanted, and started learning from them, I started implementing that. And I'm just going to be honest with everybody, I struggled for a little bit. It was a good year. I only made like $10,000 my first year. My second year, I made over $168,000. And by the age of 30, I was able to retire on the beach of Newport Beach. And it was just, you know, being able to follow a system and learn from people like Dwayne, like, you know, my mentor, my father, believe it or not, and teaching people how to implement, how to use the internet to get residual income. And once you figure out residual income, for everybody watching this, is, you know, it's something that comes in every single day, every single month, whether you work or not. And until you figure out it's residual income, you'll never, how could I say, not only not get in the top 3%, which 3% of the population make over $250,000 a year, but you'll never own your own life. See, I know a lot of people on here are not, you know, looking to make millions of dollars, and that's okay. But you need to be in a position where you own your own life. Where I love going snowboarding like Dwayne does. What is it? You know, Wednesday, you know, morning. You know, the lines aren't packed, the lifts aren't full. That's when I like to go snowboarding. You go where most people go on Saturday, you know, and Friday afternoons and Saturdays, it's packed. Why? Because that's the only time people have to go up there. So, you know, you have to understand that you have to be in control of your own life and figure out how to get residual income and learn from people that have already done it, and that's the only way. So that's pretty much my story. I love to share, you know. I'm kind of getting passionate because he's up on the mountain right now, and I'm in Arizona. We don't got any snow here, but we've got a lot of skate parks, so that's okay.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Robert. The other question I had for you is, you know, just take someone down. You've been in that shoes there, where, you know, you're. At what point did you make the shift? Like, 'cause I remember even me at that age too. It was like, and it's not necessarily an age thing. It's just that at some point you got to look forward a little bit more and look ahead into the future. What's some advice you could give to, you know, like I see like people like ripping it on the, you know, out on the thing, sort of like what I was talking to you the other day about with my kids. It's like I want them to learn this stuff now so that they don't have those struggles. So what can you speak about that?
Yeah, and that was one thing that I struggled with, because when I first started, you know, I was very young. I shouldn't say very young, but I always felt like I was going to miss out on something. And so me being a skater, just like people that are snowboarding and up and, you know, doing what they love to do, I always felt that I was going to miss out on something. So, you know, even I like to go out and have fun. So I had all my friends that were doing Taco Tuesday and Thirsty Thursday and going to the mountains on Friday and Saturday. And, you know, I felt like I was missing out on something. And when I finally decided to make the sacrifice, and that's really, to be honest with everybody watching this, I just need people to know that there's a difference between people that just float by in life and barely make it, and people that actually enjoy their life and have life of abundance. They took the time to sacrifice. So I sacrificed for like a year. For a year, I didn't do anything. And then all of a sudden I was in a situation where I had the car that everybody wanted to go up to the mountain with. Everybody wanted to come to my house to watch a football game because I had a 80-inch television screen. And guess what everybody else was doing when I took the year to sacrifice and I thought I was missing out on everything? They were still going to Thirsty Thursdays, and they were still going to Taco Tuesdays. And now my friends that used to be way better at me at snowboarding, now they're having to sacrifice because they have to get jobs. They have to provide for their family. And I reach out to them and I'm going, hey, I'd love to go to Mammoth, you know, for a week. Can you come? Oh my gosh, I just took a week off for Christmas. I can't take a week off to go to Mammoth. You know, so just understand that, you know, Neil, Dwayne, if I was correct in you asking this, is what would I say to people that are looking at the short-term game? You have to sacrifice something today that you want tomorrow. And understand the people that are doing the things that you want to today are still going to be there. They're still your friends, and the enjoyment is still going to be there next year and the year before that. But it's just like going to the Super Bowl. You know, I sacrificed this year of not watching the Super Bowl because I had a lot of people to help. But I plan on getting box seats next year and bringing some friends with. But just understand that, you know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So you're either growing or you're dying. I know you might be progressing in your lifestyle. You might be progressing in what you're doing in life. But until you stop for a second to figure out for long term, you know, we're listening to Dwayne right now. He's got 2 kids that now he gets to spend all day, every day in the mountain with them. That's lifestyle, guys. That's freedom. And I pray to God each and every one of you watching this realizes that you deserve and you can achieve a lot better.
That's exactly it. Is that I see these people, and you know, some are great friends, and some I just meet on the lift, and they just don't know that there's a better way out there, because I see myself, you know, 20 years ago with the exact same thing, going, I got to go back to work, or I got to squeeze in some runs on my split shift, or and I was just like, there's got to be a way. Like look at all the people that we're serving, or that that are up here. They're up here. You know, I sit on the lifts and I go up and I chat to, you know, some are locals, and some are people that are, you know, just getting by. They're traveling around and all that stuff. And that's another, you know, if you like to travel, if you like this kind of lifestyle, why online business and why residual business? You sort of touched on that. The real reason why residual business is your lifestyle is that without an ongoing income stream, you don't have that lifestyle. But tell them why online and what this is what the future holds for them if they start now on something online, and where it's going to go.
I think honestly everybody knows the answer to that. Online is the wave of the future. It's created the fastest billionaires in history and the youngest billionaires in history. Society, the way it's going, we're in the information age. You know, I believe even, you know, we talk about the youth. People feel like, oh, kids got ADD nowadays. No, it's because information is coming faster ever than it has in history. We're able to reach out to more people faster than we ever have in history. You know, you look at Dwayne right now. He's in the snowboarding lodge. As long as he's got internet, we're doing business right now. Smartphones. You can be on the beach of Tahiti, and as long as you have the internet, you can do business. What it allows you to do is market to the masses. There's a term that I learned a long time ago, and I want you guys to listen to this. When you market to the masses, you dine with the classes. See, the one thing I did talk about is doing sacrifice, but understand the internet is going on 24/7, 7 days a week. You get off of work, you get off the snowboard, you get done snowboarding. There's people in Germany, there's people in Australia, there's people that are just waking up that are looking for a better opportunity. And bottom line, in this day and age, if you're not using the internet to build your business, you're going to get left behind. I hate to say it, but if you have a job right now and your company isn't utilizing the internet, if you're not looking to work with us, I would suggest looking for another job. And I hate to say that, but that's the way economics work. And if I don't want to go off on too much of a tangent, but it's like, you know, if back in the day, if everybody was a fisherman, and they're going out and you got 5 men on an island that are fishermen, and they go out every single day, and they go out and they catch a fish to feed their family. Well, what the internet has done is a traveler comes through and goes, wow, you guys are still using fishing poles. Here's a net. You know, you already know how to make a boat. You can throw a net out, and it catches 20 fish at a time, which allows one person to feed the family or the island. Well, now what does everybody else do? You're either growing or you're dying. So I love the internet. I mean, sitting here, I get to spend all day with my son. I'm sitting here doing a hangout with a Neil I keep saying Neil, Dwayne, in Canada. I'm sorry, sir. In Canada, and Neil's another leader that he's brought aboard. We're working so fast right now. It's just amazing. But Dwayne up on a mountain, you know, that's where I want to be. I'm trying to build an empire right now. But, you know, imagine if there's any way that I can get a hotspot on the beach. I'm sure people are going to see me doing, you know, hangouts on the beach, or in Japan and in Australia. That's one of the countries I've never been to. Snowboarding, if I don't know how the internets keep getting faster, but I would love Dwayne to set up a hangout with you while you're going down the mountain on your phone.
Yeah, pretty soon.
You know what I mean? It's like the old school, putting on a suit and tie and going into an office is dead. And if you don't see it yet, yeah, you just got to catch up with it.
The next main point I want you to touch is working with a mentor. Right now, my kids are learning snowboarding, and you know, I could teach them only to a certain level. So we put them in club and camp and private lessons, and just watching him yesterday, seeing how he's increased his ability, and now he's hitting rails, he's hitting jumps, he's landing them, you know, with style and stuff like that. And he's only 6 years old, so that's what I see as power of mentorship. But tell me about what this program has, and the whole premise of the mentorship, and how your dad is passing his knowledge and his legacy on for us for virtually nothing, and how we can take advantage of that now.
Yeah, and thank you for saying virtually nothing. Going back to market to the masses, dine with the classes. My father has, for those of you that don't know who my father is, he's created 45 millionaires that, not millionaires, but made $1 million in 1 year. And his passion right now, our mission statement with Unlimited Profits and me working with Dwayne, is that we want to train, inspire, and mentor 1 million people for free. So if you're watching this video, if you know who Dwayne is, you can click on a link and go through over 200 hours of training and mentorship for free on not only how to build a business online, but also how to be an entrepreneur and be a successful a business owner. Now, the same thing like just what Dwayne talked about, and I don't think I need to touch on that any more than he said. We all know that you need to have a mentor and a coach. So there's a book out there called Think and Grow Rich, and it says it's very easy to become successful in life. All you got to do is find somebody that has something you want, do what they do, and you can have what they have. More importantly, if you can find somebody in the top 3% that can mentor you and train you, your roadmap to success is already set up. You just have to do the work. So going back to even snowboarding, or skating, or anything, basketball, anything that you want to do in life, if you can all of a sudden find somebody that's the elite of the elite, and they'll actually allow you to hang around with them and learn from them and follow them every single day, it's inevitable that you are going to have success. It's inevitable. What I love, one of my favorite statements is, do you want to know how much money you're going to be making in 5 years from now? You take the 5 top people you hang around the most and average their income. Now, I know the first time people hear that, they're going, nah, you know, if it's up to me, it's up to me. I'm the control of my own destiny. Are you? Going back to, because I keep bringing snowboarding up because he's in the background. Say you wanted to learn how to snowboard and you're in a small, resort. And you school everybody. You're the best on the mountain. What does that mean? You're above average. But if you get a chance to start snowboarding with Olympic gold medalists and hanging out with them every day, they're going to make you look like you don't know how to snowboard. And inevitably, your skill level is not going to go from going up, but just like Dwayne's son. This kid is 6 years old, and no doubt in my mind, not only is he going to be an entrepreneur, but probably going to make money enough in pro snowboarding to take care of everything. Why? Because Dwayne understood the importance of having a mentor and a coach. He couldn't teach his son how to be a pro snowboarder. Why? Because he wasn't a pro snowboarder. So he put him in front of people that were better than him. The second his son is equal to them, Dwayne's #1 goal is to put him in front of somebody who makes money at snowboarding. And I know that's probably going to, I see your big smile over there. It's probably going to happen in a couple of years. So, income. As somebody who's taught 45 people how to make $1 million, and no offense if everybody's watching this, and I'm very bold when I say this, in order for things to change, you have to change. If you're sick and tired of the way things are going in your life, you need to make a change. And if you don't have time to go through free mentorship from a multimillionaire, no offense, you deserve to be broke. Where Les Brown said it best, I'm tired of people not willing to participate in their own rescue. What we're trying to do here is offer free mentorship and training. I don't care if you join our company. You can go through this information, and it's going to help you get a raise at your job. It's going to help you with your communication skills, your confidence. It's going to help you with every area of your life. But you have to understand that in order to get where you want to go, you have to have a roadmap. See, you can jump in a Ferrari and drive 200 miles an hour, but if you're not looking at a map, you're going to get lost. If you don't have a mentor, you don't have a coach of somebody that's a proven system and documented of what you need to do, you're going to go through a lot of hard work and trouble. Can you do it by yourself? Yeah. You can probably jump in a Ferrari and drive 200 miles an hour from California to Canada and realize you can't cross the border, so then you drive 200 miles an hour straight down to Mexico and realize you're going south and north and south, so you got to go east, and eventually you're going to end up in New York. But why not just follow a map? So I'm getting passionate right now. Sorry, Dwayne, but
yeah, no worries. You touched on something there, and with my background, I've been there, and so I don't think actually from the people I've met, I know they're not really sick and tired yet. And in the past, that's where I was before I made a switch or a change. Is I was sick and tired and of just grinding it out, but I was like a little bit older, a little bit longer, and I know that this online marketing stuff and the stuff we're doing here is so new and cutting edge that we could really, like, you know, some of the people watching this, you could save yourself 10, 15 years of struggle and just jump into that. Or not even jump into, you can continue that freedom lifestyle that you have right now by just putting, maybe you don't have to commit your full year, but you know, 1 year and just block everything out, but 2, 3 years at a steady pace. And my guess, and tell me what you think, is that a lot of these people are already savvy on Facebook and savvy on Pinterest and Instagram and all this stuff. So they can actually, with the right mentorship and the right knowledge, they can fast track themselves, and they don't have to go through this huge struggle grinding out a job before they realize that they can have freedom and lifestyle again in their life. Can you touch on that?
Yeah.
Or the question is, how could someone do it without sacrificing all their lifestyle? You know, how could they do it around their lifestyle? That's really what I'd like you to touch on.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, once again, going back to the internet and being able to utilize not only the system that's already put in place. You know, I've worked very, very hard in the past not using a system and the internet. So the best way I could put it is, you know, starting a business, when you know, if anybody is ever even thought about starting a business, there's a lot of work in place versus putting people in front of a system. See, it's very easy to run into people on the lodge in talking to friends and family and putting somebody into something that is a system that's duplicatable. So now it allows you to start, Jim Rohn said it the best, is you can work full-time at your job and part-time on your fortune.
There we go.
You know, full-time on your job and your lifestyle and part-time on your fortune. And, you know, kind of all the way backing up to what you said, and I hate to, you know, bring this up, Dwayne, but if people are comfortable and they don't want anything better, no offense, we can't help those people.
Right.
See, I just like Dwayne are looking for people that are motivated and coachable. If whether you say you can or you can't, you're absolutely correct. So if you're comfortable with your lifestyle and you're happy with the money you make and you don't think that you can learn anything, I'm sorry, you're just not at the right place at the right time. But if there are people out there that want more in life and do like their lifestyle, just know that that's why we developed Unlimited Profits, to put people into a system that they can really learn step by step and not have to, I guess the best words would be, is babysit people. Now you can introduce people to a coaching system that either they'll get it or they don't. If they get it, you can see their progress through the system and what we're doing, and now allow people like me and Dwayne to follow up with them. See, it's all about expert from afar, and we're a team. So, for people that are comfortable, but want something better, and that's kind of hard for me. Sorry, I'm kind of dancing around it, Dwayne, because most people I talk to are just so sick and tired of being sick and tired, and that's, I would have to say, 97% of the world. There is that 3% that do feel comfortable, but also, not to scare everybody, but I talk to people every day that thought they had it all figured out, and then retirement comes, and then they realize that they didn't have enough money put away, and the 401ks didn't last as much as they thought it was. Especially, I hate to say it, people my age and Generation Y and Generation Z now coming up, that love to snowboard. Social Security is kind of running out on you guys. Don't know if you know. You better have a backup plan B and C. So, hate to put reality check for some people out there, but it's I don't know how much more I can elaborate on that, because that's not
that's perfect. That's exactly what my point is that with a little bit of vision and really, the first couple exercises in the program are so great for that. But once with a little bit of vision, like now, hindsight's 20/20. If you knew what you did now, or if you knew what you knew now and had this business running the way you have it running now, how would that affect your life back then if you had it back then? I mean, like how would your skateboarding career been different? How would all of that stuff been different?
And people have asked me that question before. If I knew what I knew now, what would I tell myself back then?
Yeah.
And let me elaborate, but my direct answer is dream bigger, faster. And what I mean by that is, I know we all have passions in life and things that we want to do. And for me, once I become, a sponsored skater, I had so many dreams of what I wanted to do, and I put so much passion into not only skating but the career side of it. But I guess the way that I could explain it is, a drowning person's no help to a drowning person. See, if you can focus on what matters, and I know, money isn't everything, but it's pretty close to oxygen sometimes. I would have to say that money doesn't buy happiness, but what if you had enough money to fuel your dreams?
There we go. That's what I meant.
What if you had enough time with residual income that you could do every day, all day, what you were put on this planet to do? You didn't have a sponsor. You were your sponsor. And you were able to inspire other people to sponsor them. That's what I would have told myself a long time ago, when I was just so focused on just skating, and I decided to do other things to make money, like I shared in the beginning of this hangout, to end myself up in jail. If I would have focused a little bit of my energy into getting residual income, it's funny when I say that, because I'm passionate of what I do now, but I don't know where I would have ended up, as far as to, just like a music career nowadays. That's the way I love, using the internet. People don't have to follow the set path that was put before them. You don't have to go out and, do shows and create a following and then get a signing deal to give 70% of your record sales to a label. You can use the internet, you can build residual income, or you can get your own studio time. You can build a following where you can put your own YouTube videos up. And now when you create a record, you paid for it and you get 100% of the sales. So, yeah, sorry. So telling myself, you know, Dwayne's getting me passionate on all his questions that he's asking me, but that's what I would tell people. Imagine for a second that, you know, now you could sponsor your friends to go snowboarding or come out with your own clothing line. Why? Well, because you got a residual income that can fuel your passion. You've got a lifestyle that can fuel your passion.
That's awesome.
Money doesn't buy happiness, but lifestyle and freedom sure as heck does, guys.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time. I'm just looking at my laptop here, so I don't want it to end abruptly. I'm on a battery right now. What should they do next? If they're watching this far into this, it's obviously hit some chords and some somewhere inside that they're here for a reason. What's the next steps? What should they do next? And just explain what they're going to get and how you and I and your dad can help them, live the lifestyle and the dreams that they want.
Yeah, the first step that you want to do is, if you're watching this video, we're going to put a link below that you can click on and sign into the mentorship for free. Once again, understand, we're not trying to sell you guys anything. We're just trying to help you. So the first step is to sign into the link below and start going through the free mentorship. Start learning from people that are documented and understanding what we're doing. That would be the first step as far as going through all the mentorship and training. Once you feel that this is something that you're passionate about, something that you like, you're in a very unique position because the link below goes directly to Dwayne. And Dwayne is not only working with me, but also my father. And if you're serious about changing your life, if you're serious about using the internet and getting residual income, reach out to Dwayne and you can talk to us personally. We're right now looking for people that are motivated and coachable that we can show how to create a lifestyle second to none. So your first step is click on the link below and start going through the free mentorship, because we can monitor if you're watching the videos or not. And no offense, ladies and gentlemen, but if you don't have time to go through free mentorship from a multimillionaire, me and Dwayne probably won't have time to call you back. So you work where you deserve, not where you're needed, and show us that you want to work with us and change your life. I don't care if you ever work with us directly. Just go through some mentorship that can help your life. And it looked like his son showed up. Dwayne, are you still there? Well, don't know if his battery ran out or not, but this is Robert Hollis Jr. Please, you can look me up on Facebook. Look me up, send me a message, say that you saw the snowboard money. I forgot what we tagged this, and really looking for people that we can mentor and coach, and hopefully can start snowboarding with you guys in Whistler and all around the world. One of my dreams is to go snowboarding in America, our summertime, in other places of the world. So really look forward to talking to each and every one of you. Dwayne, thank you so much for reaching out and asking me to do this interview. He's absolutely an amazing mentor and a trainer for millions of people outside of the online marketing industry, and now I'm so glad to be joining up with him, to working with him. So with that said, Dwayne, unless you got something else to say, hey, there you go. Lifestyle and freedom. His son showed up, and they're back on the mountain. God bless. Have a wonderful and blessed day, and hopefully talk to you guys soon.